Hello students, welcome to Code with Vinay. Today we'll see how we can generate frequency table of letters in a string in an efficient manner. The objective is to take a string, like in this example I've taken television, and then display how many times each letter or alphabet is occurring. Like for in this example, E is occurring 2 times, I is occurring 2 times, and the rest of the characters are occurring 1 time. Another thing is we don't want to display the characters which are occurring 0 times. This is how students normally approach this problem. So here we have a function show frequency table which is accepting a input string. That means when we'll call, we'll just pass the string for which we want to generate the frequency table. Within this function, we are first converting the input into uppercase because we don't want to make a distinction between a small a and a big A. So an A is an A whether it is an uppercase character or whether it is a small case character. Then we are finding the length of the string and storing it in the variable len. Then we declare a variable count which will store the frequency of each character one at a time. And then there is a loop which is running from A to Z. So the character variable ch will first assume the value A, then B, then C, and so on. And then we'll initialize the counter to 0, and that is followed by a loop which will extract one character at a time from the input string. So please note, the outer loop is running for all the alphabets one by one. So first time ch will be A, and what we are doing is that we are checking that A with the entire input string. We are taking out one character at a time. In this case, like for example, if we are passing television, we'll first take out T, then E, then L, and so on. And we are comparing it with A first, then with B, then with C, and so on. And if required, we are incrementing the counter. And then later on, when the loop is over, we are just checking if count is more than 0, then we are printing the count along with the character. Now, if you run the program will function normally. So let me run it. And we are getting the correct answer. The string is television and E is occurring 2 times, I is occurring 2 times, and the rest of the characters are occurring 1 time. Now, though the program is giving correct answer, it's not a very efficient method of doing things. Why? Just see over here. The outer loop is running for all the alphabets. That is, it will run 26 times. The inner loop is running for all the characters. So this will run length time. So let's call it len times. Now if you notice, for even a small string like television which is just 10 characters long, the main body, that is this part, will be executed 26 into len times, that is in this case 260 times, which is a pretty huge number. So even though the program is giving the correct answer, it's not using a very efficient approach. Okay, so how we can improve this? So let us see how we can approach this problem in a more efficient manner. So what I have done over here is that I have taken an integer array by the name of frequency, which is having 26 characters, 0 from 25. The assumption over here is that the first location, or rather the 0th location, will be for A. The first location will store the frequency of the character B. The second location will store the frequency of the character C, and so on. And initially the entire array will be filled with 0, and that is the default value also. So what will happen is that we'll first take out T, and then we'll increase the location corresponding to the character T, that is this 19th location. We'll increment it by 1, so it will become 1. Then we'll get the second character out, that is E, and then we'll increment the corresponding character position by 1, so this 0 will become 1. Then we'll get L, and then the location corresponding to L will become from 1 from 0. Then we'll get E again, and this time this location is already 1, so we'll increase it by 1, it will become 2. Then we'll get V, we'll make this V equal to 1. Then we'll get I, then we'll make this location corresponding to I as 1. Then we'll get S, the location corresponding to S will become 1. Then we'll again get an I, and then, where is it? Here. This will become 2. Then we'll get an O, and the location corresponding to O will become 1. And then we'll get N, and the location corresponding to N will become 1. So when the loop for the input is over, which is running for length time, is over, our frequency table will be formed in the array frequency. So if you notice, the loop is running only once for extracting the number of characters one by one. So this is actually a better approach. Okay, now enough of theory, let's move on to the coding part. So now let us modify this program as per the new logic. We don't need this variable count anymore, so we'll create a variable frequency, or rather an array by the name of frequency, the size of which will be 26. Then printing will be done later on. Then what we have to do is we'll have to extract one character at a time, which is same as this. So I'll copy this loop from here. We'll move it in the beginning, and then this is our loop. We have to extract the character like we were doing earlier, which is over here. So what we'll do is I'll just copy paste so in order to save some time. So now we'll have a character variable to extract the character, and we'll say that okay, ch is equal to input.char at I. So the ith character will be extracted, and now we have to do the mapping. But before we do it, we have to check whether it is an alphabet or not. So we'll say that if character dot is letter, if it is a letter, only then we'll update our array. And updating an array is actually very simple. We'll say frequency of ch. Now please understand, ch is A, and as per the Unicode sequence, A is 65. But when it is A, we want to modify the 0th location. When it is B, we want to modify the 1st location. So what we can do over here, we can say minus 65. Now it doesn't look very readable, it's not very good. So what we can do is we can replace this by a single character A, which also means 65. So we have to increment this position by 1. So that's it. So when this loop completes, what we discussed will happen. That is, I'll just repeat it once more. We'll extract the ith character. We'll check whether the ith character is a letter or not. If the ith character is a letter, please understand, letters starts from A. We have already converted it into uppercase, so A is 65. When it is 65, we want to modify the 0th location. When it is 66, we want to modify the 1st location. So what we are doing is we are subtracting 65, and we are not subtracting 65 directly because it is not very readable. We are actually intending to subtract the code of A, and hence we have written capital A in single quotes. Now once all this is done, we have to print it, and when we are printing it, obviously these two loops are not required. We only require one loop. And what we'll do over here is that our variable is no longer known as count, it is known as frequency. So what we'll do over here is that if frequency of I is more than 0, and please note it shouldn't go till length now, it should go till the length of the frequency array. So frequency dot length, and then we'll check. If frequency of I is more than 0, we'll print the character and the frequency. So let's make it frequency of I. And then obviously there is no character variable over here right now. So we have to map this variable I into the alphabet, which is actually just the opposite of what we were doing over here. So what we'll do over here now is that we'll say that we want to convert I plus A into a character. So we'll typecast I plus A into a character like this. So I think that should do the job. Let's run the program and see what happens now. The input still remains the same, television. So now if I run the program, there we are still getting the same output. But now the advantage is that we are having only two loops which are just running once. So here what is happening is that the outer loop will run for the length number of times. So for television it will be only 10, and for printing we'll have one loop which is running for 26 times. So overall, according to this new logic, the total number of times the loop is running is 10 plus 26, which is 36. Now, and if you compare this to the earlier logic where it was running for 260 times, this is a much better logic. So If you have any doubts or clarifications, please free to use the comment box below. Thank you.